I walked in and saw her fully made up, as if she were about to step onto a red carpet. Heels by the door, her hair perfectly curled, a dress far too fancy for just coffee. I set my keys down and watched her lean into the mirror, tracing a sharp line over already dramatic eyes. "Where are you headed?" I asked. She didn't turn. "Brunch with the girls," she replied, voice clipped. "You know, the kind that probably needs a reservation." She snapped her lipstick closed, reached for her purse, and left. No further explanation, just a text message. I wasn't included. "Want me to grab anything for dinner?" I tried again. "Don't wait up," she tossed over her shoulder, as if it were a rehearsed line. Then the door clicked shut, and the house sank into silence. The microwave hummed, because I hadn't fully closed it. I stood there, smile frozen on my face, the one you wear when you're trying not to provoke a fight. If I'd known how it would unfold, I wouldn't have bothered. I loaded the dishwasher, wiped the counters that didn't need it, then checked the clock. 8:15. She left smelling like she was 12 minutes away from a nightclub. Brunch? Sure. I went to the den, opened her last message thread with Maya, and stared at the names she expected me to trust. Cute. I stared at the wall for a moment before facing reality. Over the last month, she had been distant, curt, and perpetually busy. I work in construction management. I know when a structure is off-kilter. You brace it, or it collapses. I had been bracing it alone. I'm not a teenager. I don't spy or demand play-by-play updates. I tried adult solutions first. Dinners, tickets to shows she once loved, weekend drives. Every attempt was brushed off. "You're overthinking." "I'm exhausted." "Don't start." Lately, the midnight glow of her phone had become a fixture. I'd glance, she'd angle it away, subtle but intentional. So I made a decision. No more guessing, only facts. We'd set up location sharing when we first married, practical for trips, emergencies. She forgot I still had access. I sat on the couch, pulled up the map, and watched her little drift across town. Brunch with the girls? She turned left where the coffee shop wasn't. 10 minutes later, the dot stopped at a restaurant 2 neighborhoods over. White tablecloths, dim lighting, couples leaning close in whispered conversation. I grabbed my jacket and, on the way out, switched off the porch string lights she loved. Not tantrum, just a line I needed to see. I parked a block away. Inside, the host looked me over. "Reservation?" he asked. "I'm joining my wife," I said. "She's already here. Name Claire." Watching him check the list confirmed what I feared. No Maya, no brunch group, just Claire. The host smiled. "Right this way." There she was leaning in laughing, her ex. The guy who had left her years ago for someone else. Older, married, a ghost from the past that shouldn't have mattered. But seeing him up close, my chest didn't flare. It went quiet. When you finally see the source of the hum, it stops scaring you. I walked to the table, pulled out a chair, and sat. They froze. His hand adjusted a tie like the air had grown hot. Her warm smile hardened into concrete. "Vivid déjà vu," I said. "Reminiscing or rewriting?" "What are you doing?" she snapped. "Practicing small talk," I said. "How are the girls still imaginary?" "Let's talk at home," she said, jaw tight. To him, she plastered a brittle smile. "Just catching up." "Of course," I said. "He's part of your life, right? Tonight, or is there a new draft?" He cleared his throat. "I should go." "You should. This table's about to be honest." He bolted, hitting the chair, muttering about a meeting, leaving her glare fixed on me. "You embarrassed me," she hissed. "No. You embarrassed yourself. I'm just the lighting guy." I dropped cash for whatever they hadn't ordered and left. On the drive home, the thought that bothered me wasn't that she met him, it was the entitlement. Like I'd wandered onto her stage and ruined her lines. I circled the block before heading home, feeling an urge I didn't need to justify. I followed him from a distance. He turned into a quiet cul-de-sac, parked at a tidy brick house with a wreath on the door. "Married." Porch light flicked on, someone was home. By the time I got home, Claire's car was in the driveway. She stood in the kitchen, arms folded. You followed me. No, I said. I followed the truth. Two different things. That's controlling. What you call controlling, I call not being stupid. We're friends, she insisted. He's part of my history. Not illegal, I said. Just disrespectful. She bought a new candle, cooked dinner, tried to soften the tension. I'm trying, she said. I told her my line. Respect first. Meanwhile, I had contacted someone to document facts, timestamps, photos, clarity. In less than a week, I had concrete proof. Lauren and her ex at the restaurant, leaving too close, heading to a motel. Everything documented. No drama, no exaggeration. I called a lawyer, prepared the paperwork, and coordinated a clean separation. Claire's ex-wife, Emily, helped organize and move her things efficiently. No games, no theatrics. When Lauren returned, she found us calm, not hiding, not arguing. You're disgusting, she spat. You chose him, I said. I chose the woman who knows what she wants. Her face drained, the papers on the table clear. She stormed out with her belongings. Emily and I sat back. Quiet. No celebrations, just clarity. Life returned to routine. Workdays, evenings on the porch, cooking together, planning honestly. Slowly, we rebuilt a household based on trust and simplicity. The furniture was the same, the house familiar, but the people inside were different. We were living, not coexisting.